Hello and welcome. You tune into Market Fatafat with me, Ankita Saxena, and with me, as always, is Snehi Shah. And this is the show where we take you through all the stocks that are buzzing away in trade, either in the back of news flow or in the back of technical charts. But let's take stock of how the markets are shaping up. Snehi, I really wanted to say it's a day of good reversal coming in, but that reversal has also reversed now.
Exactly. To sum it up like that, yes, perfectly.
Nifty Bank and Sensex both are down 260 odd points from the day's high. However,
points,
Nifty
right? Yes.
Nifty is managing to hold on to at least the 23,150 levels. Even that has gone away now, but that reversal is also reversed now.
Absolutely. The best way to put it, the reversal has reversed because at one point of the trading day, we were comfortably above the 23,200 mark. We've slipped lower, as much as Ankita has mentioned right now. 23,150 also seeming to be a little shaky to hold on to right now for the Nifty. But nonetheless, it's a 0.4% uptick coming in from the day's lowest point. Let's take a look at what Sensex is up to in tandem with the Nifty. 0.4% higher on that front as well, but under the 76,500 mark is where the Sensex is right now. Nifty Bank is seeing some pressure, has tilted over to the red right now. It's very flat, but trading with a very slight negative bias is Nifty Bank right now, also sub the 49,500 mark on the Nifty Bank. If we take a look at some sectoral, some stock gainers today, Sun Pharma, Tata Steel, Bajaj Finserv, Cipla do well today. Adani Enterprises, Hero MotoCorp, Wipro, TCS on the other side are causing some pressure on the index. Sectorally, if you take a look at what's been up today when it comes to D Street, Nifty Pharma has been the clear outperformer, continues to inch some gains, 1.8% higher on that front, followed by metal, realty, media, energy and auto, which is very nominally in the green. However, what's flipped to the other side is Nifty PSU banks, deep under pressure, 0.6% cut coming in across the PSU bank index. You have Union Bank, Canara Bank, Bank of India and Bank of Baroda that are trading with cuts, followed by Nifty IT, Nifty FMCG and Nifty Bank. All of them have inch towards the red side, but that is what the market construct is looking like right now. Nifty, we fizzled out slightly from the day's highest point, but nonetheless 0.4% uptick coming in on Nifty today.
Absolutely. I mean, look at the decline. In fact, Nifty Bank look at the slip coming in Nifty Bank. It's almost down 388 points now from the day's highs. But that's how the market is shaping up. Let's get on board. Ashish Kayal is the founder and CEO of Wave Strategy Advisors. On the technicals, and from our research team, we're joined by Gaurav. Hi, good afternoon to both of you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's get started with all the buzzes in trade. Then first up is from the pharma pack, which is the top sectoral gainer, Suven Pharma. That was trading with gains of almost 11% in the morning on the back of strong Q3 results. The pharma company's net profit soared 77% on a year-on-year basis in Q3 of FY25 to 82 crores from 46 crores in the same period last year. The revenue from operations surged 39.8% to 307 crores, up from 219 crores in Q3 of FY24. Well, at the operating level, the EBITDA rose 78% on a year-on-year basis, and the margins expanded significantly to 38.4% from 30% in a year-ago quarter. Now, the company's pharma CDMO segment was a key growth driver, posting a massive jump of 101% on a year-on-year basis, backed by sustained R&D investments and business development initiatives. Now, if you look at the management comments coming in, the Vivek Sharma, who's the executive chairman of Suven Pharma, said that their vision is to become a billion-dollar company by 2030. That's the vision coming in from the management, and on the back of strong set of results and good commentary from the management, Suven Pharma is up in a way 7.6% in trade today.
Okay, so Suven Pharma is a big gainer, but let's talk about another big gainer on the charts as well as in the market today, and that's Muthoot Finance. Ashish, you picked up that stock for us. Is it on the back of the very good earnings that we've seen from the company? Because today the stock is higher by roughly 6%. This is a stock we don't otherwise normally talk about on the show. Last 1 year, 6 months, 1 month, steady gains coming in across the charts. What's the outlook going ahead for this one?
Yes, absolutely. If you look at Muthoot Finance, the stock is touching 52-week high, and despite of the pressure that we have seen in the broader market and the collapse we saw in the banking space, financial services, Muthoot Finance has still managed to touch 52-week high today. So that's a relatively outperformance that we can clearly mention, and we can expect the stock to move towards the levels of around 2,500 on the upside, as long as the low of today, which is around 2,220, remains intact. So it's positive, and I think one can even look forward for creating long positions from medium to long-term perspective.
That's the outlook on Muthoot Finance. Let's talk about yet another high flyer in today's trade. Surprisingly, it is Honasa Consumer that has made it over to that list. A 10% uptick, 9.5% uptick now is what that stock is seeing, because its Q3 PAT, EBITDA and margins have beat street expectations. Revenue is in line, coming in at 518 crores, which is up 6% year on year. Net profit has seen an uptick of only 0.5%, but well, profitability is something that the street was not expecting from the company this quarter, and it has turned profitable at 26 crores compared to a loss of 18.5 crores that it reported in the last quarter on the back of that general trade channel correction that they had undertaken. EBITDA has also come in at 26.1 crore, which is down 24% year on year. But once again, EBITDA has also turned positive on a sequential basis, because remember last quarter this loss was at 29 crores. EBITDA margins continue to decline at 5% compared to 7.1% year on year. The underlying volume growth has come in at 1.5% this time. In the con call, the company said that a major part of their inventory correction that they had undertaken in the last quarter is done. The company now wants to focus on stabilizing the new system. Honasa has completed the appointment of tier 1 distributors in the top 50 cities, and they're also aspiring for double-digit growth from current levels in the long term. Antique continues to maintain a hold rating with a revised target price of 217 from 370 earlier. So they continue to be bullish, but with a slight cut coming in the target price. Nonetheless, that stock is flying away in today's trading session.
All right, moving on then to another stock that's up and away. In fact, this is one of the top mid-cap gainers also, SBI Card. Ashish, looks like you've picked out the two top mid-cap gainers for today, Muthoot and then now SBI Cards. Tell us what you see on the charts. This is up 5%. Of course, it's on the back of that Macquarie upgrade that came in today. But, even in the last 1 month, stellar gains, like it's up 20.5% in just 1 month. From here on, what's the upside that you see here? It's almost touching its 52-week high now.
Yes, indeed. If you look at SBI Card, it's not only today. Even yesterday, the recovery from the lows was very smart. It went to the low of around 770, showed a very sharp recovery on the upside, and managed to even help the mid-cap index that was bleeding earlier. So I would rather say the SBI Card has been bullish since quite some time, and overall, any dip that you can get here around 840, 845 levels can be used as a buying opportunity for a better risk reward. On the upside, we can expect a target of 900 over short term, and on the downside, maintain a stop loss of around 820 levels.
Okay, so next key levels to watch out for SBI Card. Gaurav, coming to you, while we are talking about high flyers, you've picked out the stock that's tanking the most among the Nifty 500 pack, and that's Natco Pharma on the back of a very weak set of numbers coming in. That stock is lower by 19%. Give us a lowdown on what the earnings fine print looks like for Natco Pharma's quarter 3.
As you rightly pointed, very poor set of numbers from Natco Pharma in Q3. In fact, when we look at revenue, that declined almost by 37% on a year-on-year basis. Now, when we look at the commentary, when the revenue was mostly impacted because of the formulation revenue that declined on a YY basis, and at the same time, when we look at net profit, there we saw a decline of around 38%. On the other hand, when we look at EBITDA, we saw a decline of around 85% on a year-on-year basis, and EBITDA margins also, excluding the other operating income, came up at around only 8.2%, which is a decline of around 2,000 basis point, because in the same quarter last year we saw EBITDA margin somewhere in the range of around 35%. So what now the company has said is that when we look at other operating income, we saw an impact which is actually flowing up in the profitability. But on the other hand, now when we include EBITDA, other income in EBITDA, we saw EBITDA margin at around 33%, still a decline. And on the back of this, when we look at stock performance also, it is down more than 18%. So definitely very poor set of number from the company, and as a result we are seeing some impact coming up on stock price as well.
All right, that's Natco Pharma on the back of weak set of results, down and out, almost 19% in trade today. But with that, it's time for a quick breather. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more stocks on the other side. Stay tuned. All right, let's move on and let's resume with our Fatafat. Then Ashish, coming to you, you picked that sale for us, a good gap up opening that it gave today. This one has seen a lot of whipsaw, in the last 1 month, but it's trading with gains of almost 9% in the last 1 month. So from here on, what's the trajectory that you see on the charts for sale?
Sale has managed to form around triple bottom kind of a pattern at the lows of around 100 levels, and showed a very strong bounce back. Also, yesterday and today, the volumes have picked up pretty well. So there is a possibility of a short-term reversal that we can expect from this stock. One can create long positions at the current levels, aiming for the target of around 120 on the upside. And on the downside, one can maintain a stop loss for the stock at around 104 levels.
Okay, so that's the outlook on sale. Gaurav, coming to you, you've picked out Railtel for us, and it's on the back of multiple order wins is what I understand. The stock is also holding up pretty smartly today. Tell us more about these order wins and give us all the details.
Well, yes, RailTel is one stock which never disappoints when it comes to order book because company comes up with order wins every other month. Now, in this month also, yesterday only the company has received almost 4 orders worth 137 crore rupees. 3 of these orders are from State Project Director. So let's understand how the order book is going to be. 3 orders from State Director Bihar Education Project. First is for the supply of additional teaching learning material worth 36.9 crore rupees. Second is for supply, installation and training and operationalization of ISM lab worth 69.2 crore rupees, and the third one is for additional student kit worth 16.9 crore rupees. So these are some short-lived orders which can impact the revenue in coming months as well. And at the same time, company has also received order from Airport Authority of India on the Chennai airport for server storage and software worth 14.7 crore rupees. This contract is going to be with the company for the next 3 years. So definitely another order win which is actually pushing stock price up as well. But now that the market is under pressure, we are seeing the stock is up with the gains of around 0.6%, but definitely on the back of the order win, watching out on RailTel in coming days.
Absolutely, Gaurav, on the back of order wins, watching out for RailTel. But with that, we've come to an end of Fatafat. Gaurav and Ashish, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us today. But before Snehi and I take your leave, here's a little programming note that we will leave you with. Our reporter Shrija MS was on ground at the Global Investor Summit in Karnataka 2025, covering one of the biggest highlights of the summit, the Innovation Expo. From global tech leaders to homegrown startups, the exhibition showcased cutting-edge solutions in defense, agri-tech, med-tech and sustainable mobility. Here's a closer look at all the innovations shaping up Karnataka's future.
We've entered the Innovation Expo Pavilion. Now, this is one of the biggest highlights of the Global Investors Meet Invest Karnataka 2025. Now, as you see right behind me, there have been multiple pavilions, not just about Karnataka, but different country pavilions we are talking about. To begin with, we are looking at a pavilion by Thailand. Then you also have various companies, cutting-edge technologies which they are providing, which of course is LAM research. Then you also have here the Hero Future Energies, followed by you have Toyota, which is looking at especially sustainability and skill development. Now, these are some of the companies that have been actually put up a pavilion looking for strategic partnerships and collaborations. Now, as we enter after the Innovation Expo, we are now entering the Karnataka Pavilion. Now, what we have seen at the Karnataka Pavilion has been some of the major companies that have been put up right here is to do with especially drone technology. You have space, agri-tech, and of course, med-tech as well. As far as the company is concerned, now these are homegrown companies we are talking about here in Bengaluru and of course Karnataka. You have the Flying Wedge, and then followed by you have another company right here, that's the SkyServe. Now these are some of the cutting edge solutions that they have been trying to provide in the defense and tech sector. And of course this is something that we of course wanted to show you, which is Cyclops. The MedTech is something that, you know, the technology that they have been focusing on, especially for patients. And coming back to our indigenous, what we're talking about, the Queen City. Now, this is one of the ambitious pet project of MB Patil, the Minister for Large and Medium Industries and Infrastructure Development. And then, of course, followed by, you know, various products which are manufactured within Karnataka itself. Now, as we move forward, we are looking at some of the more companies, which is, of course, you have Star Rope Services, Autoverse, and the Flux Auto as well. Now, these are certain companies which is automation vehicles that they have been having strong emphasis, of course, on sustainability and industrial transformation. Now, this is Karnataka Pavilion, and of course, what you see here is that there is a global mix of industry leaders and also businesses alike, and definitely it is a must-visit platform. In Bengaluru with Amit and Santosh, Shrija for Times Network.